the last 2 years, the entire team in India came up during the pandemic. All of us grew during the pandemic, but we did a very interesting program which was an inspiration from the fellowship that we ran globally for filmmakers and DOPs. And in that we realized that there are not too many women who were getting nominated from our region for the fellowship. And I caught up with Vani, with whom I was like, okay, you know what, we need to do something in our region to promote more women in the team and doing more creative stuff. So we came up with an idea called the Women Creators Program, which was a training, intensive 5 weeks training program with some time for production. And we started that in 2021, and this year we've had the second edition. So this panel is all about knowing the insights from the creators who were the participants and our mentors as well. The main idea of the WCP program was to create a women creator community who would work together, inspire each other, and work together to build more beautiful stuff using Unreal Engine and getting their stories to life. So without further ado, I would like to invite my beautiful panelist, Rounak, and then Vani and Keerthi. Thank you, everyone, for joining the panel. I would like to begin with a quick, let's introduce ourselves. If you could just go around to a quick 1 minute, 2 minute introduction of who you are, what you were doing, and what brings, how did we all land up together? So, Keerthi, why don't you go first?
So, hello guys. I'm an indie game designer, and till now I just worked as a freelancer. From completing after my education, I did some internships in some random gaming companies because it's COVID and everything. I just worked from home, and after that. I heard of Women Creators Program, and I thought I read everything going through the description, and I thought I don't have any professional experience. How can I apply? My dear sir, he pushed me and he encouraged me to apply to the program. He's also here, here now. After that, I applied and I got selected to this wonderful program.
Hello everyone, my name is Rounak Magoo. I have been working as a creative producer for virtual production with Green Rain for the last 2 years now. Before that, I worked on the small film you all might have heard of called Triple R. So worked on TechWiz for that, was a VFX line producer for Fast and Furious 9. Before that, I've done a couple of films and some stuff in CG. So virtual production was the only piece of the puzzle pretty much that was missing. And I was like, hey, I need to go do that and learn more about this. So yeah, that's how I am here.
Hello everyone, my name is Saraswathi Vani. I'm actually from a very small village here called Vijayanagaram. So I'm super excited to be here in this land. My journey has been that of animation since the age of 9, where my father wanted to tell stories and bring them to the world, from India to the world. So he went all the way to France to pitch stories way back in 1984. So I've been in animation since the age of 9, and I've seen how much the industry has changed over the many years. I was very fortunate to be raised by wonderful parents who gave me the full strength to steam ahead and do whatever I wanted, even as a woman back then. Yeah, my mom is here in the front, and Keerthi's mom is also over there. So yeah, applause to the parents. But as a woman, it was the hardest thing. And then I got into visual effects in Bombay, which was like the main place to be at. I got again very lucky to be at Rhythm and Hues. And I started Rhythm and Hues, which is an Academy Award winning studio at the very young age of 23, 24, I don't know. And got to build about 4 different facilities. We had one here in Hyderabad, Bombay, Taiwan, and Malaysia. So having won couple of Academy Awards, right, Anup? I went to DreamWorks and then I became the head of creative over there, doing a lot of training and management. And then I quit and decided to start my own studio called Dancing Atoms, which really focuses on telling children's stories in animation, visual effects. That's really my focus. So I'm currently based out of Los Angeles, but I keep traveling back and forth to India. So that's my journey so far. And virtual production, I've just finished my in-camera visual effects training as well. So I'm looking forward to doing a lot of cool stuff.
Yeah, awesome. Isn't that amazing? So, to give you a glimpse of what happened in these 2 years, let's play a sizzle reel of what of the creators from the first batch, and a short sizzle reel of what happened this year, and then we'll get into more discussions and asking. Should we get up? Yeah. Woo! So this was this year's batch, the 2022 batch, which Keerthi was part of. And let's play the debut batch sizzle reel. Amazing stuff, isn't it? Are you excited about maybe the third edition of WCP? I hope so. I see quite a few women creators here, and I see Purnima. No, I don't see Purnima here. She's not here. Yeah. So, this leads me to a question to both of you actually on what inspired you. Both of you come from very different lines of careers, right? What inspired you, one, to apply for the program? And second, how's your journey been? And how do you see this? So there are three loaded questions here. One, how did why did you apply? What made you apply? And second, on how was the entire journey of the program as a participant? And third, on how do you see this as part of your careers? What impact did the program create for you as in your careers?
Yeah, thanks, Shruti. So, for me, right, I am a producer. I have been for the last 6 years. And when I started working at Green Jane, I realized that, hey, I'm working with all of these talented people out here. And for me, it was almost a responsibility where I felt I need to know enough about what my team is working on to be able to manage them better, to guide them better, which is why I took the plunge and I was like, hey, you know what? I'm going to do this. And I'll jump to the third question, then come back to the second about how it's impacted me after that, right? I have always been creative actually growing up. I was always a fan of drawing and painting, and somewhere along it just sort of died out in me. But getting back into this, being the master, being the designer of your own world, right? It helped me add that creative back in my title now. And the fact that till today, even when anything goes out of our studio, I do give notes on it, right? I give feedback. And the fact that my team is very open to taking them as well, because now they know I have both the creative and technical understanding of the software. Yep.
Amazing.
Your second question.
What was the second question? Sorry.
The journey inside
The
the program.
journey, yes. God, it was so beautiful, right? And the fact that I have so many of my fellow creators here with me, and that just goes to show how powerful that community really can be. And I mean, as we see over here, more people leaving and half the room is empty,
Yeah.
again goes to show the need of the hour of having more women. If anything, there are more women here now than there were in the previous panel. I met two women just some time back. We were having lunch together. They don't even know what Unreal Engine is. They've come for the Web3 conference and they are here in the audience just to support me. Right? Thank you. And that's the power of community, and to the fact that even now we are 50 women strong within
Yeah.
this community in the last 1 year alone, and we are just going to go upwards and onwards from here.
Amazing.
So while I am applying for this program, at the beginning I thought, because I'm already from the gaming background, I've got minimum knowledge on all the aspects. I'm a game designer basically, so I can do animation, everything just basic, in the basic level. And I'm good with Unity until I have applied for the program. That's the huge thing. I always wanted to learn Unreal, but when I opened Unreal, I got lost because I can understand the layout and everything, but I don't know how to create the stuff in it. But once I joined this program, the mentors and the batch from WCB batch one, they also mentored every one of us, and really made using Unreal very much easy so that we can create everything. Just like that. Unreal is much more easy than Unity. I would say that after this program, my work style has completely different, completely changed. Even now, I'm planning to work 2D animated short film using Unreal. Previously, when I had this concept of a story to create a 2D animated film, I thought of Unity only because that is the only software I know to create games. But once I got into this program, I understand the basics of the creation of the film and all the stuff. And okay, this is the tool what I want to create all this stuff. And on coming to the process, it's really intense and creative and fun. Actually, it went to 2 to 3 months. It started from the basic. Vani and Shruti provided us with the storyboard artists, the animatics, and they guided us through the story to make sure that the story is coming through the film and the video, everything. And we have provided with the mentors from the WCP batch, Rounak, Hina, and Nida, all the people from the WCP1 batch helped us a lot to create the final output of our films. So some of the other participants from Women Creators Program too are also sitting here. We enjoyed the process really a lot. Sometimes we also Not only through the technical rounds all the time, we also enjoyed some women creators, only women space, and like that.
Amazing. Yes, yes, yes. She did. Cool. Yeah, merged, and it's a good storytelling, good narrative. So,
She is probably the
youngest.
youngest
Yeah, she was
in
the
our
youngest in our
group.
batch this year, and amazing energy. So, you know,
Can I talk
yes,
about my
yes. I
experience?
was coming to
Yeah.
you only. Go ahead, go ahead. No, so I wanted to ask you, Vani, because we've been co-partners on this from the very beginning, right? So how one, of course, we believed in the same thing and we went through the program, but how's your journey been as a creative mentor, as a mentor to the entire program, and what next for us?
Oh, wow. What's next for us? That's juicy. For me, I also went through the fellowship. I didn't go through the Women Creators program, but I did go through the fellowship. And I'm going to put it on record that I've never used Unreal in my life. And I was dragged by this wonderful woman here saying, "You better do this program." And I went through it for 5 weeks. For 3 weeks, I cried every single day, called my mother, and I said, "I hate this. I hate doing this. Why am I sitting in front of a computer and doing this program when I don't understand it?" And it was in week 3 that actually, like, this tube light in my head just kind of like, oh my God, it's really, I just have to put on my director's hat. I'm a writer, creator, and a director. And I said, I just have to put on my creator's hat. And the marketplace was like a place where you just go and do your Reiki, like you go and look for locations, you get what you want. We were given a character, you dress them up, you do all of these things. And that kind of changed my life because I've been part of, Academy Award winning films like Life of Pi, where we spent 6 months on a one shot. And here I was able to create something within 5 weeks, and I could do whatever that I wanted to do. And it was such a high for me to come out of the program, making it really like a live action film and producing it with India. I worked with an artist who's a rap artist. So I hired her and we kind of collaborated DMC and we just did this wonderful music video. So in 5 weeks when I came out, and then Shruti, how many times I would have called her and said, nahi karna hai, nahi chahiye, like I don't want to do this program. And she would say, try it, yeah, try it. You don't have to do anything. You just have to do 20 seconds. Just go ahead and do it. And the time after 5 weeks, I'll tell you, she was like, how was it? It's like, let's do the Women Creators program. We have to give back to the community because it kind of like awakened me. I just want to say this. I mean, it literally awakened me on so many levels that I felt the need that not only did I experience it firsthand, but I wanted to create something equally magical for everyone that came after me. Los Angeles would have been very difficult for a lot of the Indian artists to stay up the whole night and do the whole program. So thanks to Epic and thanks to Shruti, Quinton's not here, but I'm sure he's going to come at some point. But thanks to them that we really pushed the program. It took about 8 months of planning, but we nailed it. And they're all I was a mentor at that point. I was like, yeah, do this, don't do this. And nobody listened to me. Huh? Nobody ever listens to anybody because they have such a strong vision, including this little one here. I was like, are you sure you want to do this? Yes. I was like, okay, that's good enough. So I think creative mentoring is really all about nurturing for me. And I'm the queen of nurturing. Mm-hmm. You can ask anyone and they'll tell you that. And if they don't tell you that, I'll tell you that. But when you're looking at people and their ideas, the only thing that one really needs to do is say yes to them. A lot of the times we ourselves are so critical on what we do that we're constantly saying no to ourselves. So a simple yes from a parent, from Unreal, a simple yes can change and make a huge difference. So I primarily believe that that's what really changes the program that we're doing with women creators. And what's the next question? It was like, what's
What does
next?
the future hold?
Oh, what
What's
does the
next?
future hold? We're like brewing a lot of cool things. Do I? No,
Yeah,
no.
we are brewing.
We are brewing.
We are brewing. Yeah, they will be
I
more.
needed that wink from her. Like, yeah, you can tell them. But no, the goal is we want to multiply this joy. We want to give back. And one of the most amazing things that Shruti and Unreal let me do was all the wonderful women that were part of the Women Creators Program 1. I championed that they will be the leaders for Women Creators, batch 2. I'm a big believer that people are more than capable of leading. They just have to be put on the spot and magic happens. If they fail, it's okay. You will be there, I'll be there to kind of hold them, but they never fail. They only succeed. So whether it's men or women, put them into leadership and they'll shine.
Absolutely. And it was such an amazing experience, right? From our first batch, we had Vani, we had Charuvi, we had Anu Menon, and everyone coming in. And Martha from Spain. So she would actually spend time, early mornings for her in the whole mentorship session for last year. And this year we had our last year batch alumni, Hina, Rounak, Nida, who couldn't be here, but there's so many others, Pratima, Rutul, and everybody who joined and who took the lead. And that was the whole idea of the WCP program, that we want to create a community of women creators who work together and who inspire more women to join the community of creators. And with that, I'll ask Ronak this question, right? Because you've done WCP1 as a participant and you came into WCP2 as a mentor. How important is it to give back to the community and do community building?
I think if I had to dedicate my entire life to one thing, it would be to community, right? And I feel, especially with Unreal Engine being open source and all these kind of fellowships that are there, it continues instilling the same belief of collaboration over competition, right? Coming from the VFX industry, we are so used to infighting and not revealing trade secrets, things like that. You just go out here into the hall with all the stalls happening there, and people are sharing everything that they know with one another, right? And that's what happens when you include more people. Again, coming back to inclusion that Hina was talking about, right? There is still such a huge sector of the population that completely goes unnoticed, their views not taken into account, all because they are not a part of it. And here I think we are definitely changing that, 1 year, one program at a time.
Yeah, absolutely. And, because Hina did a very good parting note in the first panel, right? That all of us, all of you have come from different backgrounds, and most of you didn't come with any 3D experience at all, and you've never opened Unreal Engine or any game engine editor before. The whole journey, right? It's the whole perception that it's tough to learn. Of course, learning something new, a new tool, is tough. But like Vani said, there is an aha moment that happens in the training program. For her, it happened in 3 weeks. When did it happen for both of you?
So when you were saying that, I was like, oh my God, same. The first 2 weeks, I was just crying. So I was like, my mind knows what I want it to do. My hands don't know what to do. So it was a very steep learning curve. But at the end of it, I was able to create those particle effects in Niagara myself, right? A producer who doesn't, who installed Unreal Engine the first day of the program. So, yeah, I think it's very empowering. The fact that things are so accessible, so easily available, and the kind of support system out there, right? Within Epic and Unreal itself, but also within the community that surrounds us. Yeah.
Yeah. For you, it would have been faster, right? No? Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
I would say it is really faster because you have provided the pre-production part for us, just involving, we are just saying the story, and we got the screenplay, the animatic, and everything you have provided. So basing on that, we the process got really easy for us. But I faced a little bit complication where an error occurred and I lost my entire project because I had worked a lot on transparencies for the main
For the
character of my bubble,
bubble, yeah.
and I cried a lot. But after that, after
Yeah. It's trial and error.
because usually when we work hard and lost that entire project, it hurts a lot. But finally, after that, I've created the entire film which I worked on for 2 months. I just completed it in 1 week. So
3 weeks, 1 week. Yeah. So maybe next batch shorter. No, this is cool. So we are almost out of time, but any questions for the panel here? Please raise your hands. Yeah.
Ma'am. Who's ma'am? This ma'am.
No, there are no ma'ams here. Yes, yes.
I also come from a corporate film background. Do you see like some interactive entertainment and films in the future kind of merging into one single kind of?
Absolutely.
So, what is like your take on that? Do you think movies will die down like they are naturally and become like interactive entertainment? Or?
I think, we have to look at it from a very broader perspective. There's a market for everything today, which didn't exist. And so it's not like where I'm looking at things is that, 5-6 years ago, we didn't have these little mini videos, what we call TikToks, right? There's like billion people watching that. Now, so I think it's a wave of things that's going to emerge that we've never thought about. And the newer generation that may not watch movies the way that we watched movies. So 20 years from now, what are the kids going to watch, or what are the younger teens going to watch is going to be very different from what 60 years ago was watched, right? Like the binge watching that we're all doing, whether it's Indian TV series or Eastern Western stuff. So I think there's just a lot of great stuff that's going to happen. Is it going to be becoming immersive? Yes. Because the audience wants to experience something new. And everything about film is about connecting. So if it's about connecting with the other person, it's about connecting with your own self through story. So whether it's story is the only thing that's going to hold everything together, and that feeling is one of the most important things. So as a mentor, that's something that I would always ask them and challenge them. Like, what does your audience, what do you want your audience to take away from this 5 minute, 1 minute, 20 seconds thing? If you know that, then that's what you're going to do. If you want to do immersive, go ahead and do immersive. Yeah.
I have a question.
Yes.
It's an amazing program. I didn't know earlier about this. Thanks, Shruti and Epic, for this wonderful program. Really appreciated. And I heard all three of you, the nice story. Especially Sri, the way she explained is, I think I have not heard in my life the way you explained your natural things. Come very natural. Now asking a straight question, how do you see learning this as the next 5 years, after 5 years, where you want to position yourself? And second, what you want to give back the similar thing learning to the women, the community, back to the society? So 2 questions to you.
So 5 years from now, I'm planning to start a gaming startup, and I want to publish as many as games possible. I just want to entertain all the people.
Which you are already doing.
I think she wants to use the world domination. I absolutely believe that she's going to dominate the world.
Absolutely.
So on coming to other women creators, I won't say not all the girls, but whenever I see my juniors or other people going, they will come to me and ask, sister, in which way should I go? Which career should I pursue? I'll always say, just come to gaming. Gaming is the best. don't go to other
Yes,
don't go to other jobs. You can enjoy yourself, you can entertain yourself, and you can also earn money, because gaming is a huge platform where you can sit in home and create your games. So whenever someone come to me and ask something, I'll just inspire them to come towards this sector.
Now, I need to tell Rajesh and Anando that on the 5th, you should be there at the career day to inspire the students.
It's true. Very nice.
Yeah.
I think the Vani, you should take her to the Los Angeles sometime to see the amazing kind of.
I don't think I need. See, the thing is, very consciously, I want to say this. When I was a very young woman, I never got any support other than my parents, to be very honest. The industry was a very, very hard place for a woman. But today, you know, like her mother was saying, help her, help her. I said, no, I don't need to help her. She's now on the world map. You know, the Women Creators Program has put all of us on the world map. And that has come because there is some kind of a fire within us to just be there and do the best that we can. And within 5 weeks, we created what we did. Right now, if we continue to polish our skills, we are going to now do more, you know, or take a break and do something else. But we're already on the map. And you don't need to be in Los Angeles. Los Angeles will come here.
That's true. Thank you.
Great. Any other questions? Okay. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much for being on this panel, because you set the right note for the next session, actually. Yes, because the next session, now, you know, you saw the cross-platform panel on, you know, coming from different streams and how to build a game. And then over here, the Women Creators Program, which is again all about upskilling and training and coming from different fields, but you can still do it, right? In 5 weeks, you can still do it. Our next panel is with Rajdeep and Maya, who will talk about how training is so easy and important, and how easy it is for you to become an Unreal developer or an artist, and also think about building your career maybe as an instructor. So we'll get them, but before that, there's a 10. There's no tea break? Okay, there's no tea break. After that, okay. Yes.
Is there any, I mean, by the way, I love men, so it's not against men that I didn't create a program. Because after I leave the room, a lot of boys come to me and say, Madam, aapne hamare liye program kyun nahi banaya? So I just want to say that. Number two, I want to say that, is Priyanka here? Okay, great. So reach out to Priyanka. We are absolutely going to be doing more programs. And if you're not one of us yet, please reach out to her. She'll take your contact information. And whenever we are doing the next Women Creator programs in India, we'd absolutely want you or your friends or your better halves or your partners, whoever they are, to be a part of this program, yeah?
Awesome.
And do reach out to these wonderful women that are here and talk to them later.
I'm surely going to
Thank
reach
you.
out to Sri. Yeah.
Great.
For many more, to share more of many of your experience.
Great. So, thank you from the organizers. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having us on this panel.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And see you soon. Yeah. Take it down.